Welcome to Basra. We're in one of Saddam's palace. That's the main one over there, and it's been turned to a museum. Fortunately, the water here is a little bit dirty. There's working in progress to restore the palaces. This one is one of the palaces, and that one is another one next to it. There's another one over there. So it's a series of palaces on Shatt al-Arab. This is Shatt al-Arab. That is the Italian bridge. Made by the Italian. So, and there is boats which are very old and destroyed, rusty. Beautiful. لا يبقى. قلت له هناك يبقى. Basra Museum. Original. Assalamu alaikum. Sumerian wall, Babylonian war, Basra. السلام عليكم. شلونك استاذ؟ حياك الله. شلونك؟ عادي التصوير؟
يا عادي بس اقطع.
Beautiful. This one is the Assyrian wall gallery. This is a Basra gallery. This one is Islamic and pre-Islamic. And this one is the Babylonian. And this one is the Sumerian wall. Yeah. Okay, let's start from over here, the Assyrian. Potteries here. So if you're here, come in. Red pottery jar from Ashur, New Assyrian period 900 to 600 BC. Pottery jar with hand cable duration in wavy inserted lines. Near Assyrian period. So basically, there's a lot of information on each display. Pottery based on Namrud. So this were brought from Namrud in Ashur. Ashur lies in Mosul, next to Nineveh. Sadam. However, as for these are the stamps. So they had stamps like this. And you used to just roll it in the mud, and you have perfect, it's a brilliant, perfect shape afterwards, like this. Stamp cylinder seal, showcasing images of gods and symbols, cylinder, ritual scenes, worship. This is a lot. We're not going to display everything in details. However, you can see something here. Over here too. Iraq is the land of Mesopotamia, is the cradle of civilization. So basically, let me put it here. Talk. Iraq is the cradle of civilization. So what does that mean? So it means that civilization started from here, from Iraq, from Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia, it's a Greek name for land between two rivers. The land between two rivers. So the first civilization was the Sumerian civilization. So what does it mean exactly, civilization? Civilization is where there is a city, there's law, there is people accountable, how many, let's say, peasants, how many, let's say, how many officers, how many workers, how many temples, how many priests, and there is a system in the city. There's law, everybody knows each other, and there's law, there is someone in charge, so people work, goods and stuff being exchanged between each other. So basically, that would just mean a kind of civilization. I'm just giving you a definition based on my expertise and knowledge. However, you could find different definitions throughout online. So let's see, we're gonna go to the Sumer. So this is basically the Sumerian world, the first civilization. However, the other this is only kind of the basic empires. However, we have multiple and other artifacts displayed in Baghdad Museum. So we're in 2024, and unfortunately, to give you an update on that museum, it is closed now under restoration. So let's see here. This is important. Let me take a close look. This is really amazing. Let's see here. Cylinder seals with scenes of animals and workers. Uruk. Uruk is the first city that writing was created and founded. So it is not far from here, around a couple of hours. Period 3000. Stamp seals, Jamet. I say period. Cylinder seals with combat cylinder seals. That's all about the cylinders and seals. Let's see. What about that? Number 6. It says a group of necklace made from agate, lapis, lazuli, rock, crystal pottery. This is amazing. To Ur, prehistory to Ur 6000. 6,000 to 4,000 BC, stone wall containing necklaces of potteries and shell. Talking about 6,000 to 7,000 years. Necklaces. Imagine people like 7,000 years, they said, this is beautiful, let's create something beautiful. So talking about artists, so the Sumerian was the first artist in history. I don't know, but that's what I consider. Stone of man, skirt. Wow. So yeah, the highlight of this, in my opinion, the highlight of this hall, yeah, the ceiling. This is all original from Saddam's palace. So this is all original. Only the painting of this, walls, been refurbished. They knew it again. However, the ceiling and the design and the colors over there, that's all original. Take a closer look. What does it look like? It's amazing. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And the wood is all original, never been changed. Also pottery. There's lots of potteries here. Pottery, yeah. So the highlight of this museum, this hall, is for me, it is the necklaces. It's amazing, amazing. From here, let's see. Also cylinder seals. See 10 clay tone inscriptions of Gudaya, New Sumerian, 2150 BC. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, okay. 11 examples of the world's first writing on clay tablets, proto-cuneiform to cuneiform, late Uruk, early Sumerian. Wow. Fragments of thick clay dish and inscription of god Bara, Inli, Gara, and Dumuzi, Egenin from early Sumerian, limestone, Godaya, ruler of Lagash. Lagash, I love this city, but it is now Lagash, it's under construction, under excavation, so it is not possible to visit, go inside Lagash. New Sumerian, brick stamped with an inscription of Godaya, ruler of Lagash. New Sumerian, brick stamped with inscription of Amar, Suin, king of Ur. New Sumerian. Wow. Like every king had his own stamp, stamping everything. Look at that. There you go. And as for these, this one, number 3. Number 3. Look at that, it's beautiful, huh? That's the Sumerian writing. Hold on. Cuneiform writing. That's number 3. Over here, let's see number 3. What does it say? Okay, number 3. Fragment of the thick colosseum dish with an inscription of god Bara, Enlil, Gara, and Dumuzi, Jenin from early. Wow. Yeah. Okay. That was amazing. Let's go to the other. Okay, let's go to the other walls. Babylonian. I think we went to the Syrian, no, Babylonian. There's other tourists here as well. Okay, that's amazing. First, let's take a look at the ceiling. The ceiling is original as well. Never been replaced to anything. However, the walls, been painted, newly painted, and that's it. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Start from here. I think the highlights. Okay, wow. Take a closer look. Okay, this stone is a monument known as Kururu, Babylonian Akkadian Kurd. Kururu, Kurd. I'm Kurdish. Word meaning boundary. It was once thought that the Kururu were set up in fields as boundary markets, but in fact they were probably placed in temples. The lower half, which is missing, would have carried a cuneiform inscription description grants of land, often from the king to a high official. The top of Kururu has symbols of gods who protected and granted the gift. Basically, there were a lot of gifts, gifts given out, and also sacrifices. So the temples they had back then, starting from the Sumerian temples and the ziggurats, they used to offer sacrifices to the gods. So, for example, goats, sheep, these kind of. And we see that kind of sacrifices is in other religions as well. So, for example, the religion of Islam, it says that, I don't know if you know about Eid. Eid is a celebration, just like Easter. So they in Eid, you can offer a sacrifice of a sheep or a cow to God. You slaughter it in the Islamic way, and also you give it out to people who are like poor, who won't eat meat much, because meat is kind of expensive. I mean, starting from the early, meat was expensive. I mean, that kind of fresh meat we're talking about. All right, let's see over here. Large open work. Terracotta box possibly used in the instance by an altar has been restored with a head and bags. Okay, here I go. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's beautiful. Inside? What's inside? Let me take a better look. What is it? Okay, probably the other side. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, let's see here more necklaces. Beautiful necklace. I love these necklaces. I love them. Look at that. Let's take a closer look what it actually look like. We have different stones been pierced, and apparently there's something holding it together. I have to ask if that thing is holding it. Was it the original one? But I don't think so. Look, this thing is holding it. The rope. I don't think the rope was original. So how did they find this? So probably it was next to each other, and the rope been demolished or destroyed, and then probably they put it back together as well. Necklace done with various stones. The Tal Abu Alima Wasit in Dalmat marshes, Middle Babylonian period. Wow. Oh, this is Babylonian. Oh, the Babylonian loved the necklaces. They were putting earrings as well from stones. Okay. Oh, look at these. They're very nice. Very nice toys, but actually they're not toys. Like, okay, let's see here. Figures. Figures of animals and humans, and a rattle of two chariot from Warka. That's the name. Warka, another name for Ur. Tel Amar, old Babylonian period. Wow. 2000 BC. That's beautiful. Like, you have, let's see. Let's take a closer look. I don't know what's wrong with the camera. Animals. That's a lion. This guy's really nice. Look, those are real artists we're talking about. It's like a pig over here. It's very beautiful. A lady laying down. Okay, let's go here. We have other. Ooh, that's nice. Very nice. Animals and figures and wow, goats. Whoa, what is that? What are they doing? This one is holding the other one, and that's one apparently have a straw and he's drinking or putting something in the. I think he's drinking now. Wow. This is straw being made by the Sumerian. Warka, wow. Let's see. That's also from the Sumerian city. Gods, mythological creatures, female scenes from Abu Atik till Muhammad Warka and the old Babylonian period. Wow. Also, we have stamps over here. Oh wow. Now we have writing tablets. This was really, what's wrong with the camera? Okay. Writing tablets, they're very, very famous for these writing tablets. A variety of kingdom tablets, economy, administration, trade from Tel Haddad, Tel Asmar, Tel Idir, Larsa. Wow. Tel Bakr, oh wow. Tel Hamar. This is a lot of tells. A lot of different spots. So what does it mean that administration, economy? So first when they created the city, the city of Uruk, they found they had to know how many people in the city, and how many peasants, and how many administrators, how many merchants. So they put, so they wrote on everything. And back then, writing wasn't like this when they first started. Then later, writing again recreated. So for example, writing was only symbols. So for example, a peasant, there was the man, they created the shape of the man on the clay tablet, and then later they add a wheat next to it. Wheat. So later they said, okay, this is taking a lot of space on the clay tablets, a figure of a man. So let's erase the man and just replace the wheat. So that is a sign of a man, a peasant, working as a worker. So I'll show you here. Let me show you here. Okay, hang on a second. Okay. You can see there is this line is straight. There's a line straight, and it's like an arrow. It's like an arrow. So I don't know if you seen anything. So the wheat the wheat is like this and stuff coming out of it, correct? So the line also is similar. So a wheat is like this and stuff coming out of it, right? So that was a sign of a peasant. So later they found everything. They said, okay, let's remove the image. For example, a god. Let's remove a priest. Remove the image, and make something similar to that, indicating that. So that is how writing. They found writing. They had to know where. They had to know how many people there, how many peasants, and how many, let's say, priests, how many merchants, how many potteries, so like that. So they started writing it, so they had to write it. And also, if you read it, the language is one syllable. So for example, it's all one syllable. No, na, ki. So for example, Anunnaki, that's all one syllable, and becomes a word. So it's like a letter, and then afterwards the letter becomes a word. Okay. Wow, look at this place. This is very short stuff. حبيبي. إذا تريد خلنا أشوفك في المكتبة من فوق راح نفتح. إيه تمام شكرا أي والله. Okay, he's gonna open the library upstairs and we're gonna take a look as well. So, however, for this hall, it's beautiful. Look, the ceiling is all original. However, same as the other room, the only wall was painted, repainted, and that's it. So this hall is about Islamic and pre-Islamic history artifacts. This one is look like a safe, but it's not. It's all coins of different times of Islamic. I don't know if you're a collector of coins, but however, these are not for sale. Okay, I saw something cool, which is that the head of this man. Okay, what is that? What is number? Number 4. Okay, let's see number 4. Head from 2 terracotta figurines, one with naturalistic features from, not seeing it. From Abu Dahar, Hellenistic Parthian period. Wow. Hellenistic period. So Hellenistic period is the period which was after Alexander the Great conquered Mesopotamia. Then that's period we call it Hellenistic period. So there is also Hellenistic philosophy. If you're interested, you can Google that. Hellenistic is where, in the time of Alexander, everything was secured. So you had your rights to live in a safe environment, work, and So afterwards, where Alexander died from illness in Babylon, actually he died over there, but his body is buried in Alexandria, the desert, but nobody knows exactly where it is. A little fact for you. So Alexander, when he created the empire, basically in each city he left a general, and there was safety in the city. Everyone had rights. So when Alexander died, there was chaos all over. The empire was divided into many sections, and people needed to count on their own. So to count on themselves, to do everything, to do safety, to do to work, to provide. So that is the we see the born of the Hellenistic philosophy. So Hellenistic philosophy is all about count on yourself and do everything by yourself, and also be closer to nature. Okay, so that's just a little bit information about Hellenistic philosophy, which I am very, very fan of it. I read it a lot. In the early 20th century, we have here a photo from 1913. Canal in Basra with Palamas, 1913 photo, and Basra in the 20th century. In the early 20th century, officers of international companies as well as printing presses were opened in Basra, helping to introduce and spread new ideas after the British declared war on the Ottoman Empire in November 1914. Yeah. Before 1914, there was the Ottoman Empire ruling all Iraq. So Iraq was part of the Ottoman Empire. So the British came and basically freed, and they put a king on Baghdad in 1921. Forces rapidly captured Basra. The city became a major supply base. Shatt al-Arab was guarded. A new port was built in 1919. Basra-Baghdad railway had been completed. Open revolt against the British in 1920 was suppressed by aerial bombing. So, however, they did a revolution against the British and established being independent then until 1932. After the Iraqi Revolution in 1958, Basra became an important part. In the last 2 decades of the century, Basra suffered the damage lost during the war with Iran. Again in 91, one revolution against Sadam also crushed them. Sadam crushed them, and also he cut off the water from the marshlands. So the original people of marshlands, they test their DNA. They said these people basically might be the people who are descended from the Sumerian. So they cut off the water from them, and they got displaced. They left their marsh reeds. They went to the city, and after 2003, there was a dam made of soil. So they cut off the dam, and water came back to the marshlands. So yeah, it's a little bit just a story about the marshlands and Saddam, what did to people who rebelled against him, including the Kurds. The Kurds also did a revolution against Sadam, so he killed over 182,000 people. So he said, this is a lot of people, I'm not going to use a lot of bullets on them. So he just buried them alive in the desert. So just yesterday there was a site in Samawa showing the burial site, a grave, showing a lot of people. Yeah. Ramses University of Basra. Take a look at that. You can screenshot it. Pause the video and you can read it. Okay. That's a group of pilgrims on Hajj. Okay, you can take a photo or pause the video. You can read it. What is this? A group of people. Hajj. Hajj is a ritual, Islamic ritual. It happens. They go to Makkah. That's what Hajj is. Okay. Some more parties here. Huge party. to save Jews or to save food inside it. Jews means like grape juice, mostly grape juice. Beautiful. See here. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Look at that. Wow. This photo here is nice. Combine of Saddam's palace and other sites. Okay, yes. Okay. It's 21 minutes. See, we have huge parties here. So, right here as well. So Islamic, here we go. That's Islamic writing. Collection of. You can pause the video and take a look at this description about these. Okay, that was old coins as well, so let's take a look at them. Over here you can see, so the British helped us to establish this new museum. You can take a look at this, and then so we can take the stairs to go upstairs. Okay. Has huge doors fortified for anything that could happen in the future. So these are being shut down. Let's go to the upstairs. Wow. Beautiful. Upstairs. Saddam. Here, the ceiling. هذا أصلي؟ هذا الشاندلير؟
لا
مو أصلي.
احنا شادين.
Yeah. So the surrounding wall is all original. However, the chandelier is not original. Yeah. Boats. So, illustration of Yahya bin Muhammad al-Wasti Harari, 12 AD, France. That's beautiful. Decorated boat. Nice boat over there. Nice little boat. So the Sumerian also created these boats. So it goes back to the Sumerian. Basically, this is how it works. It didn't have a motor. It only have this stick. So you have a huge stick on you to travel with. It gets you to another place. And later we have this. We have sheets. It's more advancement. So library. You have multiple books about history, heritage, culture, and everything. There's other languages as well. You could come here and start reading. The hall for conferences. However, we're going to show you a view of Shatt al-Arab. Wow, look at that. It's all ships, boats. Fortunately, there's trash over there. Look at this. All original wood. It's beautiful. Hello. So this is the Basra Museum you saw inside. This is from the outside. And like and subscribe. If you needed a guide in Basra, if you needed a guide in anywhere, in the city in Iraq, we have the best team. In most cities we have guides. So make sure to contact us and yeah, like and subscribe.